Welcome back to our channel, Zero to English, the podcast dedicated to helping you achieve fluency one practical conversation at a time. We break down real-world English so you can speak confidently in any situation. If you love practical lessons like this, please remember to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell for more videos. Hello, everyone. I am so happy you are here with us today. Today, we are going to dive deep, very deep, into a problem that stops millions of English learners. It is a wall, a giant invisible wall. That wall is the lack of motivation. I am Perry, and I want to help you climb that wall.
And I am Alan. I am a person who has tried to learn many things. I tried to learn the guitar. I tried to learn coding. And of course, I have worked on my English for years. I can tell you from experience, the wall is real. Some mornings, I wake up and the last thing I want to do is look at an English grammar book. I look at the book and the book looks at me and I say, "Not today, my friend, not today."
We have all been there, Alan. That is the human condition. But the first thing we need to do today is to find this word, motivation. What is it? People talk about it like it is a magical power, like a battery that stays full forever. But in reality, motivation is just a feeling. It is a chemical in the brain. And like all chemicals, it goes up and it goes down.
Exactly. Think about a fire. When you start a fire, you have a big, bright flame. That is motivation. It's exciting. You say, "I am going to learn 50 words a day. I am going to watch movies without subtitles." But the flame burns out quickly. If you don't have wood for the fire dies.
That is a perfect metaphor. Motivation is the spark, but habit is the wood. In English, we have a very important distinction between being motivated and being disciplined. Discipline, Discipline, is the ability to do something even when you don't want to. It is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets.
I think students feel guilty. They think if I were a good student, I would feel excited every day. And when they don't feel excited, they think they have failed. They think maybe I'm just not good at languages. Perry, what do you say to someone who feels like they are failing because they aren't excited?
I say, welcome to the club. You are normal. You are a human being. Even the best English speakers in the world had days where they hated English. The difference is they didn't stop. They understood that progress is not a straight line up. It is a wavy line. Sometimes it goes down, but as long as the average is moving up, you are winning.
We need to talk about procrastination. This is a big word. Procrastination. It simply means doing it later. Why do we do this? Why do we tell ourselves, "I will study at 7 p.m., and then at 7 p.m., we say, "Actually, I'll do it at 8 p.m.?
It's because the brain is a predictive machine. Your brain predicts that studying will be painful. It predicts that you will feel confused or stupid. So to protect you, it suggests something easy, like watching a funny video or eating a snack. Your brain thinks it is helping you avoid pain.
So we are fighting our own brains. That sounds difficult.
It is, but you can win. You win by making the start so small that the brain doesn't see it as a threat. We need to lower the activation energy. Think of a heavy rock. To start moving the rock, you need a lot of force. But once it's rolling, it's easy to keep it moving.
That makes sense. We spend all our energy thinking about studying, and then we have no energy left to actually do the studying. I spend an hour deciding which book to read, and by the time I choose, I'm too tired to read it.
That is exactly the trap. Today, we are going to give you the tools to build that discipline. We are going to show you how to stop waiting for the feeling and start building the system, because systems work when feelings don't.
Let's talk about the first tool. You mentioned it briefly, making the start small. I have heard this called the 2-minute rule or the 5-minute rule.
Yes. Let's look at the 5-minute rule. This is a contract you make with yourself. You tell your brain, I am not going to study for an hour. I am only going to study for 5 minutes. Just 5.
And does it really work? Only 5 minutes?
It works because it removes the intimidation factor. Intimidation means feeling small or scared in front of something big. An hour is a long time. An hour is a commitment. 5 minutes is nothing. You can do 5 minutes while you're waiting for your toast to pop up.
I tried this yesterday. I told myself, Alan, just open the book and read one paragraph. I thought I would stop after that, but once I read the paragraph, I saw a word I didn't know. I looked it up. Then I wanted to see how that word was used in the next sentence. Before I knew it, 20 minutes had passed.
That is the momentum effect. Momentum, momentum, is the force that keeps a moving object moving. The hardest part of the English language is not the grammar. It's not the prepositions. It is the act of opening the book. Once the book is open, the resistance drops by 90%.
We should explain the word resistance. In this context, it is that heavy feeling in your chest, that voice that says, ugh, not now.
Exactly. To beat resistance, you must use micro goals. Let's give our listeners some examples of micro goals. Alan, give me a few.
Okay. Instead of I will study vocabulary, a micro goal is I will write down 3 words. Instead of I will practice listening, a micro goal is I will listen to 1 short song. Instead of I will learn the past tense, a micro goal is I will write 1 sentence about what I did yesterday.
Those are perfect. They're achievable. When you achieve a goal, even a tiny one, your brain releases a tiny bit of dopamine. Dopamine is the reward chemical. It makes you feel good. It makes you think, hey, I did it. I'm a good student.
And not feeling makes you want to do it again tomorrow. It is a positive feedback loop.
Yes, a loop that builds your confidence. Many students have negative feedback loops. They set a huge goal like study for 4 hours. They fail, they feel bad. They think they are a failure, so they don't study the next day. They stay in the failure zone.
I have been in the failure zone many times. It is a dark place. You feel like everyone else is moving fast and you are standing still.
But you aren't standing still if you do 5 minutes. 5 minutes is 300 seconds of English. That is 300 seconds more than the person who did nothing. If you do 5 minutes every day for a year, you have studied for over 30 hours. Think about that. 30 hours of pure focus.
That is the power of consistency. Consistency. Doing it again and again. Perry, what if I really truly want to stop after 5 minutes? What if I'm having a terrible day?
Then stop. That is the rule. If you stop after 5 minutes, you still win. You kept your promise to yourself. You maintained the habit. Keeping the habit alive is more important than the actual learning on those bad days. On bad days, you're just checking in.
Checking in. I like that. Like a job. You show up, you say hello, you do a little work, and you go home. You didn't quit, and that is what matters.
Now, let's talk about the space around you. We call this your environment. Many people think that they fail because they have no willpower. They think they are weak. But often, it is not their fault. It is their room's fault.
My room's fault? My desk is a mess, Perry. Are you saying my messy desk is why I can't speak English?
In a way, yes. We are influenced by visual cues. A cue is a signal. If I see a bag of potato chips on the counter, I want to eat them. I wasn't hungry before, but I saw the cue, and now I want the chips.
So we need to create English cues.
Exactly. We need to make the good habit visible and the bad habit invisible. If your English book is at the bottom of a backpack in the closet, you have to work too hard to get it. That is friction. We want to remove friction.
So I should put my book in the middle of the dinner table.
Yes, or on your pillow, or on top of your remote control. If you have to move the English book to turn on the TV, you have created a choice point. You see the book and you think, okay, maybe just 5 minutes of English first.
I use sticky notes. I have them everywhere. I have a note on the fridge that says refrigerator and a note on the mirror that says reflect. It sounds silly, but it works. My eyes see English words all day long.
It's not silly at all. It's called passive exposure. You are training your brain to see English as a normal part of your world, not a foreign thing. Another great cue is your phone. Alan, what language is your phone in?
It's in English. At first, it was very scary. I was worried I would click the wrong button and delete all my photos. But after 2 days, I learned words like settings, upload, download, and privacy. These are words I use every day now.
That is a huge step. You are removing the friction of study because you are forced to use English to use your phone. What about your computer? What about your social media?
I followed 5 English teachers on Instagram. Now, when I'm scrolling, which is my bad habit, I suddenly see a video explaining the difference between and among. I learned something even when I'm being lazy.
That is sneaky learning. You are sneaking English into your free time. But let's talk about the opposite, distractions. If your phone is buzzing with messages while you study, you are not really studying.
My phone is my biggest enemy. Every time I see a notification, my brain jumps away from the English book.
We call this context switching. Every time you switch from English to a text message, it takes your brain about 20 minutes to get back into deep focus. So if you study for 30 minutes but check your phone 3 times, you have actually had 0 minutes of deep focus.
Wow, that is a scary thought. I'm wasting my time.
So the rule is phone in another room, or at least do not disturb mode. Create a sanctuary. A sanctuary is a safe, quiet place. For 5 minutes, that desk is your English sanctuary. No phones, no news, no stress. Just you and the language.
I can do that. I can survive for 5 minutes without my phone.
I know you can, and you will feel so much better. You will feel clean. When you focus on one thing, your mind feels calm. English can be a form of meditation if you do it without distractions.
I want to go back to something we mentioned earlier, habit stacking. I read about this in a book. It's the idea of anchoring a new habit to an old one.
Yes, anchor habits. An anchor is a heavy metal object that keeps a ship in one place. Your anchor habits are the things you do every day: drinking coffee, brushing your teeth, walking to the bus stop, or taking a shower.
So how do we stack English on these?
You use a simple formula. After I, current habit, I will, English habit.
Okay, let me try. After I brush my teeth, I will say 3 sentences in the mirror.
Perfect. Or after I sit down on the train, I will open my English app. Or while I am drinking my morning tea, I will read one English headline.
The reason this works is that you don't have to remember to study. The coffee reminds you. The train reminds you. You are using the structure of your life to support your learning.
Exactly. And this allows you to use dead time. This is a great English phrase. Dead time is time where you are physically busy but mentally bored.
Like waiting in line at the supermarket or sitting in traffic.
Yes, most people find dead time annoying. They feel frustrated because they are wasting time. But for an English learner, dead time is a gift. It is a free opportunity to practice.
I have started listening to English podcasts like this one while I'm doing the dishes. I used to hate doing the dishes. It was my least favorite chore. But now I actually look forward to it. It's my podcast time.
This is called temptation bundling. You bundle, or put together, something you have to do, the dishes, with something you want to do, learn English or listen to a story.
It makes the time go so much faster, and I am learning. I'm hearing the rhythm of the language. I'm hearing how words like actually and basically are used in real conversation.
And your brain is soaking it up like a sponge. Even if you aren't writing words down, your ear is becoming familiar with English. This is crucial for fluency. Fluency is not just about grammar, it's about feel. You need to feel when a sentence sounds right.
I find that I repeat things. If I hear a phrase I like, I say it out loud while I'm drying a plate. That's a good point. That's a good point. My neighbors probably think I'm crazy.
Let them think you are crazy. You are a crazy person who will soon speak perfect English. Speaking out loud is vital. We call it shadowing. It's like being a shadow. You follow the speaker exactly, their speed, their emotion, their intonation.
Intonation. That's the music of the voice, right?
Yes. Does the voice go up? Does it go down? In English, intonation changes the meaning. If I say, really? With a rising voice, I'm surprised. If I say, really? With a falling voice, I am bored or I don't believe you.
So, by stacking my listening habit onto my dishwashing habit, I am practicing my ear, my music, and my vocabulary all at once. And I didn't have to find extra time in my busy day.
That is the secret of the world's busiest people. They don't have more time, they just have less dead time. They use every gap in the day to move forward.
We have talked a lot about how to study, but what about what? I think a lot of people lose motivation because they think English is just a list of irregular verbs.
Oh, I agree 100%. If you treat English like a school subject, you will eventually hate it. School subjects are for passing tests. English is for life.
I remember my school English books. They were so boring. Chapter 1, the pen is on the table. I don't care about the pen. I want to know about the world.
This is why you must move toward interest-based learning. You need to find things that you would read or watch in your own language.
For me, that is technology. I love reading about new phones and computers, so I started watching tech reviewers on YouTube who speak English.
That is perfect because you already understand the context. You know what a processor is. You know what battery life means. So when the speaker uses those words in English, your brain makes the connection instantly.
And I want to know what they say. I'm curious about the new phone, so my curiosity drives me to understand. I am not studying, I'm getting information.
We call this high value input. If you are a fan of cooking, watch cooking shows. If you love history, listen to history podcasts. The goal is to reach a state of flow.
Flow, that is when you forget that time is passing.
Yes, when you are in flow, the effort of translation disappears. You are just experiencing the content. This is where the real magic happens. This is where your brain stops translating and starts thinking in English.
But what if the content is too hard? If I watch an English movie and I don't understand anything, I feel stupid again.
You need to find comprehensible input. This is a famous theory by a linguist named Stephen Krashen. It says that we learn best when we understand about 70 to 80% of what we hear.
So not too easy, but not too hard.
Exactly. If it is 100% easy, you learn nothing new. If it is 0% easy, you get frustrated. You want that sweet spot where you understand the story, but you have to guess a few new words.
I like to watch cartoons. People think it's for kids, but cartoons use very clear English. They use a lot of action to show the meaning. If a character says, I am angry, they are usually screaming and turning red. It's easy to understand.
Cartoons are a fantastic resource. So are graded readers. These are books written specifically for English learners at different levels, level 1, level 2, and so on. They use simple words but tell interesting stories.
I think the lesson here is stop being a martyr. A martyr is someone who suffers for no reason. You don't have to suffer to learn English. You can have fun. In fact, if you are having fun, you will learn much faster.
Your brain is wide open when you are happy. When you are stressed, your brain shuts down. It's called the affective filter. If your filter is high because you are bored or stressed, the English cannot get in. If your filter is low because you are relaxed and having fun, the English flows right into your memory.
We are coming to the end of our talk.
We have given so many tips, but there is one thing we haven't talked about: bad days.
Ah, yes, the days where everything goes wrong. You missed your alarm, you were late for work, you had a fight with a friend, and now you're supposed to study English.
On those days, I feel like a failure. I look at my 20-day streak on my language app and I see it disappear. It makes me want to quit forever.
This is where you need self compassion. We are our own meanest teachers. We say things to ourselves that we would never say to a friend.
That's true. I would tell a friend, "It's okay, you're tired, rest today." But I tell myself, "You're lazy and you will never succeed."
You need to adopt the never miss twice rule. Missing one day is a mistake. Missing 2 days is the start of a new habit, a habit of not studying.
Never miss twice. That is a powerful rule. It gives you permission to be human for one day.
Exactly. Life is messy. You cannot be perfect, but you can be resilient. Resilience is the ability to bounce back, like a rubber ball. If you drop a glass, it breaks. If you drop a rubber ball, it jumps back up.
I want to be a rubber ball.
You are a rubber ball. And remember, the goal is not perfection. The goal is progress. Even if you only learn one word today, you are better than you were yesterday.
I think we should remind the listeners that everyone's journey is different. Some people learn fast, some people learn slow, and that is okay.
Yes, don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. You don't know how much they struggled in the beginning. Focus on your own page. Focus on your own 5 minutes.
This has been a great conversation, Perry. I feel more motivated now, but I know that motivation won't last. So I'm going to go put my English book on my pillow right now.
That is the spirit, Alan. Use that spark to build the system. To our listeners, thank you for spending this time with us. You have already completed a major listening habit today.
You should be proud. You listened to a long conversation in a foreign language. That is a huge accomplishment.
Go take a break, have a cup of tea, and maybe, just maybe, look at one English sentence before you go to sleep.
Just one.
Just one. We will be back next time to help you keep going.
Keep practicing, keep being kind to yourself, and we will see you soon.
Goodbye for now.
Goodbye.